For years, AI assistants have promised to help. They could answer questions, set reminders, draft a message, if you asked the right way. But in 2026, something subtle has changed. AI assistants are no longer waiting for instructions. They're starting to understand context. Not perfectly, not magically, but just enough to change how work actually feels. In this video, we'll look at 3 new AI assistant tools you can try today. Not because they're impressive on paper, but because they reveal where AI assistants are quietly heading next. The biggest shift isn't intelligence, it's behavior. Older assistants reacted to prompts. Newer assistants track goals, patterns, and state. They remember what you're working on, what you've already seen, and what you usually do next. This doesn't turn them into decision makers. It turns them into systems that reduce friction. The 3 tools we'll explore each represent one direction this shift is taking. The first tool is designed for thinking work, not chatting. A contextual research assistant doesn't just answer questions, it works inside your materials. You give it documents, notes, articles, PDFs, and instead of summarizing each one separately, it builds a shared understanding across them. Practical example. Imagine you're researching a topic. You upload 5 reports. The assistant identifies repeating themes, key disagreements, and missing connections. Then it suggests follow-up questions, questions you didn't think to ask. This matters because most knowledge work isn't about information, it's about orientation. These assistants don't replace judgment. They reduce the time it takes to get oriented. They don't tell you what to think. They help you see where to think next. That's a meaningful shift. The second tool focuses on creative iteration, not generation. This kind of assistant sits beside your work, not ahead of it. You start with a rough outline, a half-written paragraph, or a messy idea. Instead of producing a finished result, it offers variations, alternative structures, and tone adjustments. You keep control. The assistant accelerates the loop. Practical example. You're writing an article. You ask, rewrite this section to be clearer, not shorter. The assistant offers 3 versions, each with a different emphasis. You don't accept one blindly. You choose. Creativity isn't about output. It's about feedback cycles. These assistants shorten the distance between idea and draft, draft and revision, revision and clarity. They don't replace taste. They amplify it, if you already have one. The third tool doesn't feel creative at all. It feels boring. And that's the point. This assistant focuses on scheduling, sorting, triggering actions, and following up. But it does something older automation tools couldn't. It understands priority and context. Practical example. You receive an email with a document, a meeting request, and a loose deadline. The assistant flags the urgency, suggests calendar options, and creates a reminder only if you don't respond. No rules to write, no scripts to manage, just behavior that adopts over time. Most work doesn't fail because of complexity. It fails because of attention leakage. These assistants reduce the mental tax of coordination, not by doing everything for you, but by handling what doesn't require judgment. Individually, these tools feel incremental, but together they point to something bigger. AI assistants are becoming less conversational, more situational, less visible, and more embedded. They're not trying to be impressive, they're trying to be useful without being noticed. That's a very different design goal. As these assistants evolve, the key question won't be how smart is it? It will be, does it understand what I'm doing? Does it reduce unnecessary decisions? And does it stay out of the way? The future of AI assistants isn't louder, it's quieter. AI assistants aren't becoming collaborators overnight. They're becoming infrastructure. The tools we explored today don't redefine work. They remove friction from it. And that's how meaningful technology usually arrives, not with spectacle, but with relief. This is Neural Pulse Lab.